We've got tips and recipes for healthy living. So for fun and inspiration, come and join us in the raw food world.
Welcome everybody, this is Matt Monarch with the Raw Food World TV show. We've got a very special guest for you today. We've got David Avocado Wolfe.
Greetings everybody, how are you doing?
Thanks for coming on.
Thank you. It's been a long time since we've done one of these together. The last time we did one of these, I was in Hawaii, and I remember I was talking about pillows. Do you remember that whole thing?
Yep, pillow withdrawals.
I had a woman come up to me, I think she was in Austin, and she said, I remember watching that show, the Matt Monarch Raw Food World TV show, and you were talking about how pillows are an addiction, we shouldn't be using them, they cause neck trouble, so I stopped using a pillow, and all my neck problems went away. So I was actually really happy to hear about that.
Wow. I have a confession. I can't. I try every once in a while. I go back on the pillow. I take it out. I put it back in. It's like a crack or something to me. Yeah.
It is. I tell people that. I said every time we have this discussion about pillows, I'm always saying look, this is like crack. This is like a serious drug here, and people are like, no, I can get off the pillow. But you'd be surprised, and the reason why is just when you lay on your arm like that, naturally it's perfect. Your neck and your spine is completely straight. That's the natural way it's supposed to be when you lay on your side. But when you have a pillow there, your head's like a little bit like that, so it's not completely straight, right? And that's an important thing over a long period of time because it leads to all this TMJ stuff and all kinds of neck crimping, and also waking up with like a pinch in your neck, which never happens if you don't sleep with a pillow.
Right. I think going 100% raw was easier than getting rid of a pillow.
You're probably right. I think you're right about that. I was in pain with my neck, so I had to get off the pillow, and it just corrected the problem. So now I just sleep without pillows. And everybody always freaks out when I go to their house. They're like, you don't want a pillow? You don't need a pillow? And I'm like, no, I don't need pillows. Are you sure you don't want a pillow? No. I mean, so there's serious peer pressure going on as well.
I noticed, in your talks, and I saw part of the longevity conference where you bring people up, and I've seen you actually do it right in front of me, and people have neck pain, and you there's like some sort of buildup there or something.
It's all this stuff right in here, like in the jaw and right underneath the neck right here. This is where all the pain is in everybody's body. That's reflexology, really. So the reflexology, the hand is cool, and of the foot is cool. But really, it's all about the neck. Tonsils, your thyroid, everything is all right in here. So this is a really important area to work. It's reflexology too, because you can go in on these 7 different vertebrae right here, the cervical spine, and work every single part of your entire spine from there, because this just reflects the entire spine. Wow.
When I saw you do that, I have a massage therapist out here in Vilcabamba. I had her working on my neck, and I went through the pain, and it's pretty much gone. It's pretty cool.
It goes pretty quickly. That's the thing that's so amazing is sometimes back pain lingers on forever, but neck pain is really intense but goes away quickly. And once it goes away, then the other pains, the reflective pains that are in other parts of your body, tend to go away faster as well.
Right.
It seems like the appropriate place to work on, because we're the only creature that has a neck in the primate world. Like gorillas don't have necks. Chimpanzees don't have necks, baboons don't have necks, but we have a neck. We're different. We have this little extra little bit right in there, and that's where a lot of problems accumulate because it's kind of new on the scene.
Right on. Cool. I have another question for you. We can go into a second, but first, one of the main reasons we're here is because the Longevity Now conference DVD just got released. And this is supposedly the best one yet. It's record-breaking attendance, amazing speakers. Do you mind talking about that for a little bit?
Totally. We have an amazing offer that we're making available to everybody who's listening right now, where we're taking our entire Longevity Now conference, the last one, March 2011, and we're now bundling it into 14 DVDs, which is a tremendous amount of information, and it's basically also entertainment. Like these DVDs each one of them is like a movie. So instead of sitting down each night and watching a movie where, you hope you get a happy ending or a good feeling, which most of the time you don't, unless you're just entertained by, Johnny Depp or something. So what we're doing here is we're kind of reinventing education and entertainment, because when you watch each one of these videos, you're not only entertained, but you're also getting information that can transform your life, and you're not getting kind of the feeling at the end of the movie like, oh, that was kind of, that was a lame movie. You don't get that anymore. It's kind of like every bit of these programs, each one of the 14 DVDs that we're releasing contains life-changing information, but not only that, we've taken an additional, I think it's 4 DVDs from our master's workshop that we do usually after our event, which in this case is about ancient herbalism in modern times. And that's all part of it too, which is really a personal favorite for me. I really like those master's workshops because then we get to take you into a kitchen environment and show you like, okay, here, mix this with that, put this together, this is how this works, look how this goes. And you can get an idea of the alchemy of where we're at with superfoods, raw foods, super herbs, and living water.
Wow.
And tea making. That's
awesome.
Now what we're doing is, check this out, we took all of those, I think that's 18 DVDs, we bundled it together for $167, that's it's a ridiculous deal. No one's ever gotten that much information for that much money ever. And one of the things we've been doing with the Longevity Now conferences is creating such absurd value for your money that it's actually ridiculous. As you know, Matt, you've been there. You know the information that's being shared there is like the blood, sweat, and tears of 100 years by the leading people in our field all that time, right up until this present moment, and then we've just stood on the shoulders of giants to add a little bit of the fluff and fanfare on top that just makes it like unbelievable what we're able to learn and access now. It's like this is the moment we've all been waiting for.
Yeah, when I saw the 167 price, my eyes opened wide because it's a lot less compared to like last year's. And then the mega package looks amazing too.
Yeah, so we put together a mega package which has so many things in it. It's completely crazy. It's like I gotta punch it up on my computer and look at it all. I kind of, Matt, I kind of get in a little bit of arguments with my people because the price is too low. I'm like, dude, this is too low. This is like so much energy that we put into this. Don't you think this is too low? But then they're like, look, this is the moment we've been waiting for. This is like the internet moment where we could get the information to the people, and now is our time to act. Like, we need to get the information to the people. We don't know what's going to happen with the FDA tomorrow. And by the way, the latest on the FDA is they're clamping down harder than ever before right now. Under the Bush administration, it wasn't that bad. But under the Obama administration, strangely enough, it's 10 times worse. And they're shutting people down left, right, and center. And so, we got to get the information to the people while we still can. So in the mega pack, which is the ultimate super kit that we put together, we've got all the 14 DVDs. We've got the Longevity Now Conference DVDs from 2010. So we got the 2011 and the 2010, and the Longevity Experience DVD program from 2009. So my God, we've got like 3 sets of DVDs. 2 months of unlimited web streaming of the actual conference itself. We've got a bonus surprise in there. We've got my Optimal Health thyroid program that we did with Truth. Truth Calkins and I spent the day together working out. What an amazing guy he is. He's just always onto something. We're just doing bench presses and rebounding and stuff, and he's just laying on to me what he's been on to the last week. It's just completely hilarious. Also, I put it together a book on Shaga. That's part of the deal. And Sleep Secrets. That's a program that I put together. Plus, that's not even all, Matt. That's like 3 sets of DVDs. Then we've got all those books and the Truth Calkins thyroid program. Then we've got our 6 months for free on thebestdayever.com. Plus the Ancient Herbalism for Modern Times, which I think it's 4 DVDs. I think it's 4. 3 or 4 DVDs. And then we've got Truth Calkins' whole program on his Jing City recipe.
Wow.
And that's for $297. No one has ever gotten that much stuff for $297 no way, and for anything.
Right. It's crazy.
You've never gotten that kind of education for that. I know that's true because I used to go to all the self-help, personal development seminars, and I would spend more than anybody. I'd spend like $2,000. That's what I spent my money on when I was 25 years old, and I would buy the most stuff of anybody there. And the information was good, and I'm glad I got it, but it wasn't what you're getting for $297 with like 3 DVD sets plus all of that other stuff, plus free membership to the Best Day Ever, and all that kind of goodies.
Yeah, absolutely. You don't. I don't want to miss out on that.
It's like if you miss out on this, what you're missing out on is the golden moment, the golden opportunity to get the information that we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. I mean, our world is in such turmoil, and the institutions of freedom are so threatened that we can't even say, what's going to happen tomorrow. So it's like you got to act now, get the information in your house, then they can't take it away from you. Then you can observe, through your own study process, all the different facets of what's coming to light now about hormones. Dr. Yu does a whole presentation on hormones. Telomeres, we get to the leading edge on telomeres. We bring you right up to speed on raw foods and superfoods and super herbs, and why some people can be 100% raw, why some people can't. I do a whole talk on that, which is amazing. Shaga mushroom, I go into that in detail. Daniel Vitalis does his whole thing on GMO foods and the latest update on all of that stuff. Donna Gates does her whole presentation on probiotics and friendly bacteria and how important that is for our health. And it just goes on and on and on like this. I mean, it takes everything I have every day just to act on the information that's in these conferences, because once I hear it, I've got to act on it. It's like you. I know you're like that too. And you've got to just every day have a program set out for yourself where you got your workout time, you've got your fun time, you've got your computer and work time, and then you have to have all your little meals and everything set up so that you're getting the maximum out of everything you're doing. But when you do that, you do activate genius. That's where we are. I mean, we're beyond getting out of disease. That's old news. We did that a long time ago. That's over. The disease ended a long time ago. It's just an information download that you get, and suddenly you get out of that whole mess of crisis, disease, and hospitals and doctors. Then you get into your own health program, and then you start saying, how high can we go here? What's the next level above? How high can we keep going?
Right. Wow.
I feel like Alex Jones on a rant over here.
Is that a poncho you're wearing over there? No.
Yes, it is. Right here. Yep, absolutely.
Sweet.
And this is one I got in Peru. And yes, the poncho is back on. I'm also wearing a very interesting garment underneath. Listen to this. This garment is created by my friend Shri. He runs a company called Bastra. And this garment right here is actually dyed in neem.
Wow.
So it's organic cotton. It's been bleached in cow urine in India, and then it's soaked in neem, and it dyes the shirt. So that's a neem shirt. Wow. So I'm not just eating herbs anymore. I'm now wearing them.
Sweet. I've got two questions. One just came to mind. I heard, I don't know if this is true or not, that last time in LA when you were there, someone took their finger and shot electricity into a cacao bean.
I saw that. I observed that. That was in San Francisco after my event. There was a guy who came to the event with his girlfriend. He lives in Southern California somewhere, more out in the desert. And he and Steve Adler, who runs Sacred Chocolate, he grabbed me and said, "Dude, you got to look at this." And he dragged me outside. He said, "Watch this guy." And this guy took his finger like this and just with his power of his will directed a spark into a cacao bean out of his finger multiple times right in front of all of us. Everybody saw it. It was impressive.
Wow. That's crazy.
So, yeah, and he said he learned to do that when he was real young through the power of his will, but he said it got a lot stronger when he became raw.
Ah, got it.
Which makes sense. You have more electricity flowing through your body. But this guy could produce a spark. And I'm talking a spark that jumps like that far. I mean, it was a significant spark.
Right. Jeez, that's crazy.
Yeah, it was wild. You see stuff like that out on the road. That's why Mark Twain said that traveling is the best education.
Yeah.
You see things that you wouldn't normally see. In our normal everyday today reality, we get caught up in just a certain pattern, and we don't really get that broken up very often unless we travel. And then when you travel, you start breaking up the patterns of what's happening day to day, moment to moment, and who you're meeting. And especially in this field, you start to meet some really interesting people, as you found out over the years, people who do really have some interesting abilities and powers.
Yeah, absolutely. It's profound.
It's profound.
Okay, so the next question is, now radiation has occurred. It's all over the place with the whole Fukushima thing, and more things are possibly happening that many of us know of. Things like in the northern part of California and Canada, supposedly the infant mortality rate went up 30-40%. And in Hawaii, that's like close. It's close to the whole Fukushima thing. And I know you're a traveler and stuff, and I believe that you visit areas like this where there might be radiation. Like, does this concern you at all, or like, what do you do?
Absolutely. It absolutely concerns me. One of the things, by the way, in the DVDs, the Longevity Now Conference 2011 DVDs that you get, if you get the $167 package or the $297, is you get a whole thing on me talking about radiation and how to protect yourself. And now we've seen this whole nuclear thing just blow up because there was Fukushima. Then there was another plant, the Onagawa plant north of Fukushima, that also had major problems and may even have had some leaks. It made it into the press one day and then disappeared. But that's also a problem there. There's also a major problem in Nebraska right now with the Fort Calhoun nuclear plant, which has been flooded by the Missouri River. That's extremely dangerous situation. They've evacuated everybody out of 10 miles of...
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you again at the Raw Food World.